She was already laughing when I arrived. A laugh too loud, too deliberate, the kind that fills silence with poison. Her friends sat in a crescent around the bar, glasses raised, diamonds flashing under the chandelier. They looked at me the way people look at an inconvenience that showed up too early. And she stood there, center stage, her hand resting on the stem of a glass filled with champagne she hadn't paid for. "Ah, here he is," she said, smiling in that sharp, performative way. "Perfect timing." The words were casual, but her tone carried something else, anticipation, like a magician about to pull a cruel trick. I knew that tone. I'd heard it once before, when she told me I was lucky she chose me. They were playing some kind of game, a truth or dare for people who believed honesty was entertainment. One of her friends, blonde, surgically perfect, grinned. "So, Claire, what's one thing you'd never say to your husband in public?" Claire smirked, eyes flicking toward me like a predator choosing when to strike. "How about," she began, drawing it out, "that I'm bored, completely bored." Laughter erupted, glasses clinked. She turned fully to me now. "You don't mind, do you?" Her voice was sweet, but her eyes were begging me to react, to lose control, to make her look powerful. I didn't move, didn't blink. She stepped closer. "Actually, you know what?" she said, her words slicing through the noise. "Let's make it official. I'm done. I think I want my freedom." The laughter spiked. Phones came out. Someone whispered, "Is this real?" I looked at her, the way you look at a stranger wearing a familiar face, and I said quietly, "Done." Her smile faltered. "What?" "Enjoy your freedom." And just like that, the laughter died. For 3 days, she didn't call. Neither did I. Her friends posted pictures, her at rooftop dinners, boat rides, wine in hand, the caption, "Freedom looks good on her." I watched them quietly. Not out of jealousy, curiosity, because something about that night felt staged, too rehearsed, too clean. The way she said, "official," the way one of her friends kept glancing at a phone, recording. It wasn't a breakup, it was a show. I started checking her shared accounts, not obsessively, systematically. I wasn't looking for her, I was looking for the plan. Payments to a private event planner, a deposit labeled "Stage Arrangement, Event Room C." The night of the party, she'd actually booked a room in the same hotel under her friend's name. And then it made sense. She hadn't just wanted to humiliate me, she wanted to amuse her friends with it. A public breakup for social clout. Because in her world, everything was currency, and my humiliation was simply another investment. 2 nights later, I got a call from one of her friends. Drunk. Confessional. You were never supposed to find out," she slurred. "It was just supposed to be a joke. Claire said she'd surprise everyone by getting back with you after the laughs, said you'd play along." I let her talk until she fell asleep mid-sentence. Then I opened my laptop, pulled up the invitation list for that private party. Every one of her friends was on it. Every one of them had RSVP'd yes. And there, under the sponsor name, was my company's logo. She had used my corporate sponsorship to throw the party where she mocked me. That was the moment something inside me shifted. Not anger, not heartbreak, just clarity. I called my lawyer, quietly redirected ownership of the sponsorships, revoked the pending payments, and terminated the event's future funding. By the time she texted me, "Can we talk?" the event page had been deleted, the venue unpaid, and her friends had received notifications that their tickets were invalid. She showed up at my office the next morning. No makeup, no laughter, just a faint tremor in her voice. "What did you do?" I looked up from my desk. "Returned what was mine." You embarrassed me in front of everyone." I almost smiled. "No," I said softly. You did that yourself." Her voice cracked. "You could have talked to me." "I did. That night. I said done. You wanted a performance? You got one." Her eyes widened as she realized the full weight of what I'd done, that her little stage act had burned her own social circle to ashes, that her friends were already turning on her for the canceled event, the lost money, the humiliation. And I just sat there, watching her drown in the silence she'd once weaponized against me. That evening, I walked past the same bar where she'd ended it, empty now, only reflections on the glass where her laughter once echoed. I didn't feel hatred, just distance, the kind you feel when you realize the storm is over and you were never struck. I ordered a drink, sat alone. She wanted freedom. I gave her emptiness instead. She thought the world was watching her triumph. Turns out, they were watching her fall. As for me, I learned something that night. Silence isn't weakness, it's control. And when I said done, I meant forever. Final line, she performed her ending. I simply made it real.